Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it, and thank you. So, I will send some exclusive audio. Some audio that sheds some light. And I mean, we all seen when Manny from the Sincity family, man, Manny Wise, right? When he was cruising around the day before, making threatening gestures towards Finny the legend and his wife Bubbly, when he was basically saying what he was going to do. This right here is some exclusive audio that proves and shows, man, and I'm about to show you guys right here the mind state this guy was in. I mean, this is pretty much as point blank as you can get it, man. Just trip out on this audio.
Make sure you tell your family you want to be cremated or buried, people.
So we're going to hit that one more time for you so you guys can hear what he's saying.
You know, before you come out here, make sure you tell your family you want to be cremated or buried, people.
Make sure that you tell your family before you come out here, do you want to be cremated or buried, puto? Basically, letting them know that, hey, if you come out here, you're not going back, right? Was this man insane? Did this man lose it? Does he have an insanity defense? Quite possibly, man. He was a broken man. It seemed like Manny, and no disrespect to his family or his friends who support him, but I will say, man, he was definitely, he had a screw loose. His demise was coming, okay? He was at the end of his rope, literally. He couldn't take it anymore. Whatever pressure that Finny the legend was applying, or those that went onto Finny's channel were applying, and I think they were doing it for fun. I think they were doing it just to clown and have a good time and cap and do all that. You can't do that to just anyone. You do not know how that is going to be received. You can send a package and you don't know how well that's going to be received, right? And they were sending a lot of packages, a lot of messages, a lot of disrespect, a lot of hatred, and Manny didn't receive it well. In fact, I think in the beginning, maybe Manny, the back and forth, kind of helped his channel. It helped Finny's channel grow, and they seen it as a lucrative idea. If we can keep the drama going, keep the bullshit going, maybe, just maybe, we could blow up. But that wasn't to be the case. Albeit they got a few views on their lives. And when I say few, men, in comparison to channels like mine's, other channels that are much larger, they had very, very small channels. So I know in their minds, getting 1,000 people on a live, getting a couple hundred people on a live seems like a big deal. But in all reality, it's not a lot, right? Now, that's neither here nor there. What matters more is how you could see Manny, and you can tell by the thumbnail that I put up, you could see the different characters he played. It seemed like Manny had a lot of different characters in him. He was trying to become a star. He was trying to let that personality take over and that persona take over. And I think the true persona that took over in this case was the Joker, right? He had an affinity towards the Joker. He liked, it looked like he was a juggalo. I don't know if he was, but he was involved to a certain degree in clownish activities. He liked that type of stuff. And he basically, with Finny the legend going in on him and everything happening, he grew more and more insane. Okay? So that leads me to, will he have an insanity plea? Will there be a chance that this is what's going to happen? We already know by that footage that I played right there, that audio, that exclusive audio that was sent to me. Thank you, man. Shout out to the homie that sent it. That the self-defense is out the window. The self-defense is gone. It's been gone, right? And I'm not playing nothing that isn't public. Isn't public knowledge. I'm not trying to get that man caught up. That man's done. He's roasted. He's the roasted goose. Okay, it's turkey time. Stick a fork in him. He's done, right? And he's done by his own hand. But there's many different routes he could take, whether it be insanity, whether it be self-defense. And like I said, self-defense is pretty much washed. So now he has the insanity. A lot of people are like, hey, he was crazy, man. You could tell he had some mental issues going on prior to the shooting on the Vegas Strip. He had mental issues going on. I recognize it. You recognize it. Finny most definitely recognized it. Didn't heed the warnings, but he recognized it, right? Unfortunately, for him and his wife's sake and his family's sake, he did not heed the warnings. He should have. He definitely should have. You know, hey, if people could build time machines and you can go back in time, if Biff can give him the almanac, right? I'm sure Finny would bet on not going to Vegas. But that's neither here nor there. It's done. What's done is done. Now we're talking about trial situations. Now we're talking about capital punishment. Now we're talking about a plea of insanity. Now, let me explain to you what that means. Because people are like, oh, he's going to get away. He can get off by insanity. You don't never get off. Do you think you kill two people or any person and get off? It's not the way it works. You can get off where you're mad at. You can get off the bus. You can get your ass off the strip. Your gun can get off where it's mad at, but you will not get off from doing time. Let me explain to you in all actuality what an insanity plea means. How do I know? I have an uncle that went to the Napa State Hospital. He got involved in a case years ago. He's no longer with us. He's no longer living, but he was insane. Okay. He was certified. He had schizophrenia. He had other things going on, and he did go to an insane asylum. Now, eventually, he ended up getting bronchitis, getting a few other things, pneumonia, and he did pass, right? Before he can go to prison. But that didn't mean that he wasn't on his way somewhere if they could prove that he wasn't insane. So here's how it goes. If a person pleads insanity, say Sincity Manny Wise decides, his lawyer decides when he does get appointed a lawyer or he gets his own lawyer, he decides, hey, straight up, this guy's insane. This is what we're going to go with. This is what we're going to run with. And they can prove by his characters, the way he dressed, the way he acted, how you could see him making these threats, how you could see him, basically the pressure was mounting up. It was starting to affect his daily life. And it's going to be hard. Insanity is very, very hard to prove. You know, they couldn't even prove it in the Jaime Osuna case. And that motherfucker's crazy, right? It's very hard to prove something like that. But let's just say if we'd all be drunk, says E40. But let's just say if they are able to prove, you know, that Manny was temporarily insane, or that the pressure of everything Finny was saying, and it just weighed heavy on his heart, heavy on him, and he had a temporary lapse in judgment, and he went insane. Well, let me tell you what happens. He doesn't get out. He doesn't go to an insane asylum or to a home and just get well and then get out. It doesn't work that way. It's not the way it happens. This is the way it happens. Because he would be judged insane, that means he's not competent enough to stand trial. That means he's not in his right state of mind to stand trial. That means he cannot stand adjudicated for these two murders because he's not in his right state of mind of understanding. That means he doesn't understand what's going on, or he didn't understand what was going on at the time he did this. Now, of course, according to the audio, he had a little bit of an understanding, okay? But if they are able to prove insanity, which is a stretch, you know, and I'm only doing this video because people have been asking about it, the insane twist. What will happen because he cannot stand trial is he will be sent to an insane asylum, home, whatever you want to call it, hospital, mental hospital, so they could do evaluations so he can get some get right. And there he will be properly medicated according to what he has going on. He will get implemented a program that will help him to facilitate some of that brain back, right? They will monitor him until they feel he is ready to stand trial. And when they prove, okay, he's not sick anymore, he's good, then he will definitely stand trial. That's how it is. It's not you get away with it, you plead insane and you just, now there's a lot of people that do use that. And like I said, it's a stretch. It's very rare that people get granted the insanity plea, right? But if he does, the only way to stay in a facility like that, which of course is incarceration in itself, but not quite state prison, right? I guess there's a few different perks. But if he does go somewhere like that, he would have to keep playing crazy. You have to play the role. Okay, you have to continue to dress up and paint faces and do your Michael Myers shit, your Chucky shit, right? You cannot, your Gene Simmons kiss shit. You cannot at any point in time, because they're watching, they're monitoring the doctors, the nurses, lapse into where you're have sound mind. Because the moment you do that, they're going to come take you from that facility and you're going to stand trial and you're going to go to state prison. And if you have the death penalty weighing over your head, you're going to get that. They're going to hit you with every bit of that needle, right? So in Manny's case, the insanity plea only prolongs the inevitable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did he have a lapse in judgment? Yes. Do you have to have a screw loose to shoot two people execution style in front of 1,000 witnesses on the Vegas Strip? Absolutely. Normal people don't wake up in the morning and do that shit. But this is something that accumulated over time. This wasn't just, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and kill someone. This was something that was going on. He was fighting in his mind with the good and bad. Well, it's all bad. Okay, it's all bad for Finny the Legend and Bubbly's family. It's all bad for Manny's family. And it's definitely all bad for the community and for the people that had to see it happen live and the people that were there in the proximity of this happening. A lot of PTSD is going to definitely happen. Babies crying, women screaming and running. Some madman, and I say madman because you have to be, like I said, insane to some point, to some degree. A madman shooting. You know, now I understand there's a backstory. Like we've talked about it in several videos. There's definitely a backstory. There was definitely what you would call bullying going both ways. I'm not picking sides. I had one dude get in my DM. He said, all y'all essays is choosing his side because he's an essay. I said, shut the fuck up, stupid. And fucking choosing no side over color or race. Stop making it a racial thing. This is nothing like that. I said, the dude is stupid for what he did. And them people did not deserve it. No matter how much shit they talk, them are just words. If you let words break you, then you're broken. That's the way I tell it, right? If you don't got thick skin for the YouTube content creation and the hate that comes with it, then get the hell off the platform, right? If you can't give it and take it, well, then, hey, In-N-Out burger, because you don't know how to take it in and out. I'm going to say this, and that's metaphorically speaking. I don't know how to take it in and out either. And I would definitely not take it in and out, right? But what I'm saying is this. There's no blame game here. Blaming is telling. There is none of that. To be totally honest with you and real, the dude was stupid and weak-minded and a coward. No disrespect to his family and no disrespect to his gente, his people that support him, but that was a cowardice move. Okay, and then I understand the gangster criminal part of it. Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you fuck around and find out. Talk that stupid shit, get stupid results. I understand all that. But ultimately, he had nothing to prove to you or me or to anyone. He needed to worry about his family and taking care of his family. And if this man was a thorn in his side, you pull it out and keep it pushing. You block him. You stay away. Now, in Finny's case, he should have known better. For everyone that's saying he was a great man, that wasn't great man tactics. That was childish tactics. I don't care how Manny's attitude was or what he did to provoke it or if he just didn't like him. There comes a time and a place where you need to stop. But now it's too late. Will Manny Wise get a plea of insanity? Is that what his lawyer is going to do? More than likely, he's going to try everything, because the self-defense ain't going to fly. In order to prove self-defense, you had to prove that you were in catastrophic danger of harm. There was no weapons in Finny or Bubbly's hands. Finny was not approaching him. He approached Finny. This was something that, whether you call it premeditated or not, it looked so. Let me play that audio again one more time so you guys can hear the mind state of truly a madman.
Before you come out here, make sure you tell your family you want to be cremated or buried.
Now, that could be just a man talking shit. He was on the live showing off, like, I guess Manny was on, Finny was on live, and they were going back and forth, and that's him telling them, hey, if you come out here, don't forget to tell your family if you want to be buried or cremated. But basically, you're going back in a box or in an urn, right? Now, some people, of course, when he's saying it, it's just shit talking, but it really happened. It really happened, right? So clips like that that are public knowledge, right? This is what's going to be used against Manny. So that right there is no self-defense. You know, whether regardless he was just playing or he was just talking shit, the district attorney is going to utilize everything, right? Now, the other video where he's cruising around talking about, I seen some idiot, man. I don't know, some content creator. I don't know. Talking about he's from MS. He's throwing up gangs. I know he wasn't. He was doing this, man, like aloha, right? You know, he wasn't. Manny had his own way of doing things, but he definitely wasn't part of MS or any gang. He was just raza. He was just a brown man trying to do his thing, stepped on a few toes, had a little bit of a macho, aggressive attitude. And for that, he will pay with his life because he got on the radar of someone that did not appreciate it, Finny. And for whatever reason, these guys over a number of years, the back and forth, the hands-on, the disrespect, it just continued to grow and grow and grow till Manny broke. Okay, who's to say that Finny wouldn't have broke if Manny was doing the same thing? You don't know. Some men are stronger minded than others. Some people are born with mental issues. You could obviously see throughout all the content of Manny, if you were able to look at it, it's taken down now, but there's still videos of him on TikTok and Instagram and all these different places. You can see that vato wasn't right in the head. Man, if you are running around dressed like Captain Crack Sparrow, if you think you're Jim Carrey from Mask, if you fucking think you're Gene Simmons from Kiss, if you look like the Cholo Elvis, if the next day you're Beetlejuice, not Beetlejuice, Beetlegoose, right? Or Beetlejuice. Orale, look at this, the homeboy Beetlejuice, right? Orale, Beetlejuice. What's up with it? Say my name 3 times and say it fast, right? Look, there was definitely a lot of characters in him, whether he was just acting out and that, you know, Vegas is different. People dress up because they get money. You take pictures with them, all kinds of different things. But this was definitely a situation where this man was a little too aggressive. You know, I've seen several videos of him on the strip and people approaching. I've seen both ways. People approaching him being kind, nice, taking pictures, and then I've seen him say, get the fuck out of my face. Now, you can understand if someone's putting a phone in your face, something in your face, you don't want it there. You tell them, hey, man, get the fuck up out of here. You know, of course, every single video is going to be scrutinized, detailed out, looked at, rewatched over and over again. Because some people are trying to prove, oh, he's guilty. We know he's guilty. The motherfucker admitted it. Okay? Now, it's a different phase. What's going to happen in trial? What's going to be brought out? And what's going to ultimately be the result? Right? I said yesterday, death penalty case, absolutely. Right? We'll see. A plea of insanity, probably the best route for him to go. But again, like I said, it only prolongs the inevitable. You don't get out. Once you, oh, I'm better now, I get out. I don't know what movies you've seen, but it doesn't work that way. Once they make sure that you are all right, you are cool, you are good in the hood, then you stand trial. Now you're competent. And then you get life without. Look, I'm going to give it to you guys as raw, doggy, and real, man. No added preservatives. We don't do that here. And straight up, here's some knowledge you can't get in college. This is exactly what's going to happen. That man likes attention. That man right there is going to start to think about going through trial. And when he realizes, if he's smart enough, you know, that death penalty is on the table, he's going to take a deal. And the deal is going to be for life without the possibility of parole. If he takes it to the box all the way because he likes attention and he wants to be the center of attention, which, of course, man, hey, we're talking about it now. In 2 weeks, we won't even be talking about this, right? But what's going to eventually happen is he's going to get life without the possibility of parole. So at the end of the day, this guy, there's not really too many options. He might get a plea deal for maybe life with the possibility of parole, but with double murder and extenuating circumstances and aggravated all this and that, because you watch right now, they're trying to decide exactly if it's murder 1, murder 2, whatever they're going to give him. This dude's going to get cases on top of cases, piggyback writing. It's going to be crazy. Anyways, let me know what you think. Do you think that the plea of insanity is probably the best route for him or the perfect route for him because he was different? Or do you think that Manny just needs to take the fate, what he got coming on the chin, and just, hey, man, realize that you did what you did, and now it's time to move on? One thing I can say for sure is that insanity deal, it's not what people think it is. And I just wanted to express that. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate the support.